Hi everyone! Today in this video I'm going to show you around the garden what's going on. I will update you on the seeds inside of my son's studio. In general, I will show you around in this short, rather informal video. Oh gosh, garden looks so quiet and so dry and void of all the colors. You know, I don't know about you, but every winter I almost forget how colorful garden is in the summer. And now when I look through all the beautiful colors on my videos, which I filmed for you during summer, I almost can't believe. But look at this, I have a little problem here. Look at these beautiful small boxwoods, a row of here and a row of here, 4 boxwoods on each side. And I started to notice it some time ago that these boxwoods, they are dwarf boxwoods, they're called green gem, and they're thriving here. You see they bronzed just a little bit. I will show you. Look at this, they just bronzed a little bit. You see the inside is nice and green. And not to worry, they're going to change their color into beautiful, cheerful green when spring comes. And they look very well anchored in the ground. So I planted them together with these boxwoods. But these guys, for whatever reason, they are failing. You see this last one? It's very noticeable, especially with the last one, but all 4 of them are not as green and as happy. And I worry about them. I really don't know what's going on here. I noticed that change in them at the end of summer. So I started to pay particular attention to them. And oh gosh, I hope they're going to survive this year and start their spring well. I'm going to particularly watch them and make sure that they are on a good schedule of watering. And maybe I will feed them a little bit. I usually don't do any feeding with my boxwoods, but maybe I should try. So in case some of you have good ideas what to do with these boxwoods, and are they done or are they going to live, let me know under the videos. Now somebody asked me about all the boxwoods which I bought. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I bought 100 boxwoods from the nursery, and these are there right here. You see, I'm trying to establish the boxwood hedge all around this area, all around here. And they are very little. You can't even see them, they're so little. Here you see. So because boxwoods are so prohibitively expensive to buy on a, in a little bit of a mature size, and I couldn't afford so many boxwoods. So I decided to approach a wholesale nursery, and I believe their name is Schaefer Nursery. I will put it on the screen. And I talked to them, and you know what? I said to myself, what can be worse? They can refuse and say, we can't sell you the boxwoods. We are just dealing with wholesale partners. But they honored my request, and they said as long as you're ordering 100 boxwoods, we are going to give it to you. We are going to sell it to you. So I made a deal. I bought 100 boxwoods, and these little guys came to me. They were 18 months old boxwoods. They were little tiny babies. I made sure I trimmed them. And they are growing here very well in this shade. And believe it or not, you know how much I paid for these guys? $1.60 a boxwood. So all these boxwoods costed me $160, I believe, plus shipping. I think it's a deal. And they grow here particularly well in the shade, you see, all along this area. I want to train them to go all the way around there. And they are moving well in their little growth. On this side, meanwhile, boxwoods are not doing very well, especially here on the sun. You see the browning going on in that big one. Those 2 big ones I bought already more developed from our local nursery, and look at them. I don't know what's going on with them. They didn't survive winter very well. You see all the browning of the leaves. I understand this soil here bakes on the sun. There's a lot of things going on in this area. Right here in the middle, I have that Paskinapata six-hill giant, and this six-hill giant was really bothering all the plants around. So maybe that has to do something with poor performance of my boxwoods in this area. Oh, look at this! Oh, somebody stepped on it. Oh gosh. Oh well. And my sticks didn't help at all. All right, so this is done. Maybe this boxwood will survive. But you know what the good thing is? I didn't use all my boxwoods because I knew something like this is going to happen. Somebody will step on them. And I planted on another side of my garden. I planted extra 12, which I didn't use in my garden. So I planted those. So maybe I would be able to use them. And whatever failed here, I would be able to substitute it. Now my raised beds are moving along. I put a lot of extra soil here, a lot of extra goodness into this raised bed, and looks like it's doing good. Now all the arborvitaes are dull green, as they should be here. Let me keep you updated what's going on near my house. Look at this. I'm planning to do the arbor for my rose, and I'm planning to do it myself. And look at this find. I want this treated wood. The base for my arbor would be from treated wood, and then I'm going to use some sticks, which I will collect in the garden, to decorate that arbor, to make it more looking more like a handmade arbor. So recently I was going through our local Habitat for Humanity store, and you know, wood, especially treated wood, is so expensive now. So I managed to pick these sticks, and they were, just guess, $2 a stick. What a find. I'm going to maybe find more treated wood somewhere, or I will just go to Home Depot and get extra. You see these extra weight-bearing ones? I need 3 more of them to create a good arbor. But here I have, look at this broken lot of birdhouses. You know what happened here? I bought these birdhouses from Joann's, and I want to age them outside, but I don't think they are going to age very quickly. See the junky glue they used to put these birdhouses together? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-glue them with a good exterior wood glue, and I will somehow incorporate these houses on top of my arbor. And by the way, my arbor is going to be there instead of this big one. This big one, the ugly one, I consider it, it's starting to fail. So we are going to take it out and plant the new one. Now here my Lady of Charlotte is doing very well. I'm looking for an opening in our weather where we will have at least 48 hours, no rain, and temperature over 40 to do my annual spraying of dormant horticultural oils. And you know what? I cannot find that window. I was thinking I can do it today. And today we had snow. Next several days we will have minus Celsius temperatures, freezing temperatures. And then we are going to have snow again. So I have to wait for a good opening to do the treatment for my roses. I do it every year, and I know some gardeners are saying it doesn't work. But several years ago, I did that treatment on my tree, my apple tree. And gosh, we had the biggest harvest ever from that apple tree. So I said to myself, if apple tree responds so well, or everything is killed so effectively, it must work for roses. So since then, I'm spraying my roses in winter with dormant oil. And here I bought poultry netting. I just bought it from Home Depot. Poultry netting. I will cut it in half right here with scissors, and I will use this poultry netting to protect my roses in the front of the garden, because that front is not protected and we do have rabbits. So I don't want my rose to be eaten for lunch by rabbits. You know, there are, I believe, how many roses are coming to the front? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 roses are coming to the front, and I don't want any losses from those baby roses. And I think this is a very effective way, you see? The poultry netting is quite small, so no little critters can come through, and no rabbits. Now let's go inside of the house and I will show you how my seedlings are doing. I must say they're doing very well. Here are my sedums in the pots. Look at them, they look so dead. Quite dead. But the minute temperature starts rising, they become so cheerfully green. But now they're positively dead. All right, my pots. And inside my house, I will show you my seedlings. Here they are. Just look at them. Look at them. I planted them. This is a lacy Phacelia, and I planted them, what, 5 days ago? And look at them. They are already all sprouting. And this is little salvia blooming on this side. Beautiful, all nice and happy. And I looked at the Phacelia description on the website, and they said that Phacelia can sprout in up to 30 days. So I thought to myself, oh, we are on a long run here. No, in 5 days we have beautiful seedlings growing. Wonderful. Look at this. While I was filming, sun came out. Beautiful, wonderful sun. Not warm yet, but still, it feels so good. Oh, I look forward to spring. I hope you look forward to it too. See you next time. Happy gardening.